Afternoon, good evening, everyone. Oh, I'm trying to show my video. My video is not showing. I don't know why. But it's fine, provided you guys can hear me. I think we just have to start because we have a lot to cover today. Before we start, I would like to ask, how many of us are in last class? Let me signify by a show of hands. If you know you are with us during the last class, signify by a show of hands. Okay, thank you, A7401. Even though I don't know your name, God knows your name. Mr. Samuel, okay. Okay. Oluwasanjo Oni. Okay, only 3 people. Wow. Okay, and Lolo. Okay, that's fine. Wow. So, are we to assume? Okay, Mr. Wale, you have the floor. We just have to study. It's 2:12. We have a long way to go. Mr. Wale, can you hear me? Can anybody on this call hear Mr. Wale at all?
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody.
Okay,
good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Yeah, welcome, everybody. Mr. Rashid, I would like you to continue with the pace you have started with them so that there is a bit of consistency.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so we started. Okay, I need us to unmute our mic. If you're in last class, tell me your takeaway. Tell me your take home, what you learned from the last class. Let me hear you. Let's unmute our mic before I start calling names. It's just a bit of a recap as to if we truly get what we learned last week. I'm waiting. Mr. Samuel,
Yeah,
are
I
you going to help? Okay, go on.
It's A701, but my name is Kenneth actually. I think
Kenneth.
we imported some data that you earlier sent, and then we tried to transform the data, and then the data had already some items in it, but to get our profit, we had to calculate cost of goods sold, calculate total revenue, and then use some formulas to subtract it to get the profit. But we did it in 2 ways, because you told us that if we do it the first way, it will be a lot of massive amount of data. And then after doing it,
that first way, what's the name? Can you help us out? It has a name.
I can't remember really.
Calculated column. Go on.
Yes. Then we did the second way, and then you showed us how to compare the two calculations just to prove that it was correct, but it's not. The first method is not advisable because it will slow down our system. And then I think it was at that point I stopped because you still continue for about 10 minutes, but I had to join the SQL class, so I left.
Okay.
So that I'll catch up with the video. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Kenneth. Thank you. Who is going to add to what Mr. Kenneth has said, please? Mr. Samuel, I'm going to call your name. I know you are from the you are in the class from beginning to the end.
Okay, like he said, we did a calculated column and measures.
Okay.
Yeah, and you let us know that the measures is used on the fly. Yeah, so it doesn't add up to the data set that you have uploaded or you have imported into your system.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a virtual calculation. It doesn't occupy any space.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you keep on using calculated column, then you have too much load on your system, and it can make your data model slow. Okay, who can help us again? Okay, Lolo, what can you add to what Mr. Kenneth and Mr. Samuel has said? You have anything to add to what they've said?
Hello, sir. They've already said it all. I don't have any.
I'm not hearing you. Are you in the other room?
Now, sir?
Okay, okay. Go on.
Yeah, I said they've already said it all now. I don't have any other thing to add it.
We still have a lot, though. Even nobody has mentioned what you are seeing on the screen, how we managed to get here. Nobody has said anything about it. We learn visualization, we use card visual, and I told us a lot of things about visualization also. Oh, yeah, try, say something. At least I've helped you. Whatever you say is correct.
You always say that inside the class, that whatever we do is correct. No.
That's fine. Any other addition from the class? I just want to be sure that we are okay. We are many in class now. We're 13. Ayomide, do you have any? Okay, go on. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. My name is Oluwasanjo. Before that, we did the relationship creation. So we created relationship between the dimension and the fact tables. So like establishing one-to-many relationship before coming to DAX.
Okay, thank you so much. I love that. Any other addition, please? And I also taught us how to create. When we use calculated column, to create our cost of goods sold column, our profit margin. Nobody said anything about profit margin. I also told us that it's not in all cases that you cannot use calculated column. I created a calculated column for a particular thing. Who can remind us? Who can help us out? I know your video didn't come on time, but I told us that if it is numbers, it is better we use measure. But I also told us that in some situation, we might need to use what's it called now? We might need to use measure. We might need to use calculated column. Who can remind us, please? Okay. I use it to create short months. Who can remember that we created short month last week? Is there anybody that can remember here? Is there anyone that can remember that we did short months? Or we have forgotten? I don't want to believe that we have to, because we have a lot to do today. Okay. So all of you tried. Let me quickly run because we have a lot to do today. Okay. I know that we did a lot of things around calculated column, and I deleted it to tell us that it will only make our data model heavy the more. Okay. So we created this visual, and while I was creating this visual, I know that during that class, there are a couple of things I do. But let me see, because I remember that today I had to. Okay, so when I was checking this visual, as at that day, I told us that it is possible for us to have a title for a visual if it is a card just like this, and if you like, you might switch it off from title point here, okay, to enable you to see your visual. Okay, so I didn't teach us this class, but now let me just do this. So I'm starting today's class already. So let me drag this card visual a little. Now, there are some things that we also need to know in DAX calculation. Okay, I told us that we have like if we want to calculate total column in a particular number or scenario, there are some situations that we can use only sum to add numbers together. There are some situations that we need to use some X. Now, I know last week we calculated total quantity. I'm not sure if it is here. Total quantity. Let me check. Let me scroll down. Okay, this is total quantity. When you look at our total quantity, you see that it is sum that we use. Okay, it is sum we used, but we can also use some X to calculate total quantity, and I'm going to prove it to us. Now, I'm just going to go to my DAX now. I will go to my DAX formula. I will right click. I told us that there are 4 ways we can create our measures. You can right click on any of the icon, but make sure that when you are creating any measure, make sure that you are within that folder. Because if you don't, it is where you are that your measure will go to. What I'm trying to say is this. Now I want to create measure. If I'm in date table, for instance, if my my cursor, my action is in date table, and I created that measure, obviously that DAX will move into date table. But I also advise us that the best thing to do is that when you are creating your DAX formulas, make sure that you put them in one folder for ease of accessibility, so that when you need them, you can quickly get them. Okay, so now I will just do the new measure from here. We have already did total quantity last week by using sum. Now, all those functions, they have meaning. Okay, so I'm trying to load my measure. So my measure now, I'm trying to do total quantity again. Total quantity. But in this context, my system is rolling. I think there is a little delay. Okay, so total quantity, we call it by iteration. Iteration, okay, equals to, we used sum to calculate total quantity last week, but this time around I want to use some X. What does some X really means? Now, some X returns the sum of an expression evaluated for each row in a table. But if you go and check sum, what you will see is that it returns sum of an expression in a column. I say that again. Some X returns sum of an expression evaluated for each row in a table. But for ordinary sum, it will return an expression evaluated for a column. That is the difference. Okay, so now in every DAX calculation, there are some arguments that we will see. And in this context, our first argument is that it's asking for our table. What is our table name? We all know that our table name is sales data. We pick our sales data, which is the name of our table, and we use our comma. Then what is our expression? Our expression is quantity. Our expression is quantity. I'll come here to pick my total quantity. Where are you? This is our quantity. Then I will use my close brackets. Please always remember to close your bracket when you are calculating your DAX. If you do not close your bracket, it will frustrate you. So I will just hit my enter button. So when I hit my enter button, now I have calculated another sum in another way. Okay, so okay, now it has finished loading. So let me try and check what I've just done. So I will just remove this. I don't really need this. I will click on it. check this ellipsis and click on remove. Then I will go to my table. For us to see what I'm doing very well, I will come down here. There are 3 icons down here. If I click on the focus mode, it enables my screen to cover all that I need to show. So if I go to my, let's say I want to pick my dates against my quantity. Okay, if I select my dates, this is how my date will show. It shows in form of year, quarter, month, and day. But I don't like that style. I don't like that style. So for me to change it, what I need to do is just to what I need to do is to come to my date column. Now, when I get to this date column, there is an arrow in front of that column. If I click on that arrow, by default, when you selected your dates, it will come with an hierarchy. And those are the hierarchy that we are all seeing. We can see day, we can see month, we can see quarter and year. But we don't want it to show that way. Okay? So there is a drop-down arrow in front of that hierarchy. Okay? If I click on that arrow and change it to ordinary dates, it will change the behavior to reflect normal short date form, which you can see now. You can see it's showing 1/1/2018. So that being done, now let me go and get my quantity that I first created. This is the first one. That's the quantity, and this is the second quantity also. Okay, if you look at the 2 quantities, you realize that they are actually the same thing. Okay, the first one is iteration. That's the one for some x, which is this one. This is some x. But the second one is what? The second one is just sum. They are still the same. But there are some situations that warrant you to use that sum x. If you need to look at a calculation that is more than 1, let's say if you want to calculate, like when we calculated our total revenue, for those of us that can remember, you guys will remember that we use some x. If I click on my total sales now, let me look for my total sales. This is my total sales. If you look at my total sales, you see that it is some x. Sales quantity multiplied by related, then price. Okay, so that is how we do that. We can take it further. We can also calculate our average quantity. Okay, let me quickly do that. If I right click on any of the icons there and I click on measures, okay, it's loading, and I will just give it a name, average quantity. So what's the formula for average quantity? We all know the formula for average, so just type, oh, sorry, okay, average what? Open bracket is asking for the column name. The column name is quantity column. Then I will close the brackets. Then I will hit my enter button. If I scroll up, I think it's still loading. It's working on it. So my average quantity is this. I can just pick my average quantity. Can you see that it is an auto form? Let me make it an whole number. This is whole number. Okay, it's changing the behavior now. You can see the whole number now. Okay, now that is how to get our average. Now there are still a couple of things we can do here. We can do minimum quantity, maximum quantity. Take for instance, if I come here, I can right click and do measure, asking Power BI, okay, give me the minimum quantity in this data model. Okay, I will just type it minimum quantity. Okay, the formula is mean. Immediately I type that the command is mean. There will be an open bracket. It's asking me for the column. The column is quantity. Don't forget, we are actually looking for minimum quantity. That I'll pick the quantity column. I will close my brackets. Then I will hit my enter button. Okay. It will just create my minimum quantity for me. I can also pick my minimum quantity. Okay, it's still loading. The system is loading. The system is loading. Thing is done. I can click my minimum quantity. I've already created maximum quantity. It's the same process. Okay. So now you look at it that our minimum quantity is 1. The maximum quantity is 4. Now, if I take us to the table view, okay. If I take us to the table view and to check if our calculation is correct, and I go to where can we find our quantity, I think that should be in sales table. Quantity, where are you seated? Okay, quantity is here. It's in the sales table. So if I click on sales table, then it will show me my the information in my sales table. And if I drop down that arrow beside quantity, you will all see that the lowest quantity we have is 1, and the maximum quantity we have is 4, as you can all see, to tell you that the calculation we just did is correct, okay? That is not wrong. Any question at this point before I move on? Any question? Do we all get the logic behind the calculation?
Hi, Mr. Rashid.
Go on, sir.
Yeah, I had wanted it to go over on this in the hierarchy, the way you change the hierarchy to the.
Okay. Let me just.
Okay,
let me quickly go back there. Okay, you want me to do the short date again?
Yeah. I want you to take it again.
Okay. So I will just go back to my date table. Okay. I'll go to my date table. So first thing, let me first of all do the hierarchy that you talked about. So what I'm saying is that, okay, I won't use this one. I will do another one. Let me just remove this from the data model so that we can do it afresh. Okay, I will try to minimize this. So now I'm just starting afresh. Now what I want to do is that I want to bring my date table in a table visualization. Okay, I've already minimized the visual aspect. I can just click on build here. Then I will click the environment. Always click the environment before you start doing your visualization. Then I will click on my table visualization. So when I click on my table visualization, then I will now go to my table data environment and go and get my date. This is my date. I will click on my date. Now, by default, when you click on your date, it will come in an hierarchy form. As you are seeing it, you can see day, month, quarter, and year. Okay, that is the way it will come. And what that tells you is that you will be seeing. Let me make it bigger so that we can see it better. But it's not even big the way I want it to be. So if you can let me just delete this one. I don't want this one here so that I can have more space to work with. I'll just click on remove, and this one is gone. So by default, this is the way your dates will come. But you can change the behavior yourself. And how do you do that? You know, we have already dragged our date into our table visualization. So all you need to do is where you can see that hierarchy, there is an arrow beside that XXXX. There's a small arrow. When you hover your mouse on it, you will see data option. Okay. So when you click on that data option, you will see this option of hierarchy down where I'm hovering my mouse. It is on hierarchy form, but I don't want it to be on hierarchy. I want to be on date. So I will click on it. When I click on it, dates will pop up. Then I can pick dates. When I do that, it will change the behavior of the dates from having month, year, quarter together to short date form. And that is what I've just done. Do you get the hierarchy form now, bros?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, thank you very much.
Now, for the short dates, now, this is what I'm saying. Let me go to my date table, my table view here, then click on my dates so that we can see the date table. Now, these are date table, okay? We have a month that is a full month, which is this, okay? Now, what I'm saying is that we might want to create a short month as a data. Now, you can see that it's a full month. We might want to create a short month. And to get the short months, there is a formula. Although we've done it last week, but we'll do it again. I'm not going to delete what we have there before. But what I will just do is I will click on new column. When you click on new column, instead of me writing short months, I will write short month 1 so that the system.
Hello, sorry, Mr. Rashid. Sorry, sir. I can't see your screen display again. I don't know whether it's from my laptop. Lick is talking.
Is it everybody that cannot see?
I don't know if other people are seeing it.
Yes, we can
see your screen. Your screen.
Yeah, we can see.
We can.
Yes,
Ross, you might need to log out and log in. Maybe
let me log out and log in.
And log out and log in. It must be your screen. Okay, thank you. Before our brother join, let's continue. Time is of essence. Okay. So we have already, as I told us, that we have already created this short month before, but we just want to repeat the process. So first of all, I will give it a name, short months. Short month. But I will put 1 so that it can be different from the one that is there. So that's the name I will give it. Now, how do I create my short months? It has a formula. Now, you normally, when you want to start creating any calculation in Power BI, it's just like Excel. You must start with equals to. Put your equals to. Then don't forget that this long month that we have, we want to pick the first 3 alphabets. So we'll start our selection from left. And I will type left. There is a formula called left in Power BI. What does left do? It returns the specified number of characters from the start of a text string. So anything in words in Power BI is called a text string. So in this context, now that we are looking at months, so month is regarded as what? As a text string, okay? So now we are telling Power BI, go to this text string that I want to pick and start picking from where? From left. And in this context, we are looking at the months. I'm even finding it difficult to see the month. Now, let me just pick the month. I'm trying to see the months. Okay, this is the months now. Okay, so in this context, it's asking for texts. The text in question is months. Month what? Month name. That's the text we are looking for, month's name. And I will pick my months. After picking, there is still a comma. There is still some information we need to put. I'll put a comma. Now, the next argument is that what is the number of character that you want to pick from that text string? And the number of character I'm looking for is just 3. I need just 3 of the characters, okay? And I've just picked it. After picking it, the next thing to do for me is to close my brackets. Always remember to close your bracket. When I hit my enter button, okay, my 3 characters dates will form at the end because I just created a column at the end, and that is what we can see here. So that is how to create short months. That brother, did you get it? Do you know how to create a short month now?
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
Good. So I will just delete it because we have one already. I will just right click and delete it from our model.
Sorry, sir. Olusajo's hand is up. Olusajo.
Hello, sir, Mr. Rashid.
Okay, I'm with you, sir.
Yeah, I want to ask, please. Is it because you're having many columns in the data table that we are using left?
No, because what we need is from left. Look at it. This is our months. Okay, where is the month now? Let me go and look for it. Month's name. Month's name. Okay, look at it. These are months. These are month column. Now, we want, instead of writing complete July or December, we just want to pick December. We want it to be maybe DEC, December. You know that short dates. Now, if you need to pick from it, we need to pick from the left. If we pick from the right, it will pick YLU instead of picking
right.
JUL. Do you understand my explanation, sir?
Yeah, I got it now, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah, fine.
Yes, sir. Last time, sir. So, when you were talking about iteration, I had a network problem then. So I didn't hear what you said about iteration.
Okay, so what I mean by iteration, there is what we call iteration function in Power BI. Okay. Now, there are some scenarios that you want to make some calculation. That calculation, you are just dealing with just a column. Let's say you want to calculate total quantity only. Of course, if you want to calculate, even in Excel, if you want to calculate a column, we use sum to add it. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
Am I correct? Sir. But in Power BI, we have a situation where we can calculate more than one. If you need to calculate more than a column, if you want to calculate a column in Power BI, you can use sum also, the way you use in Excel. But if you want to calculate more than one column, then what is going to happen is that you need to use some X so that it can iterate the whole table. Sum will iterate a column only, just a column. A column. But some X will iterate the whole table and look for what you want to calculate. That is the difference. And that's what we use to create our revenue. If you are in this call last week, if you're on this call last week, that's what we use to create our revenue. That's what we use to create our cost of goods sold. That's what we use to create our profit. We created all that last week. If you are there, you will remember. Do you understand now, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So let's move on. So I go back to my DAX calculation. Now, we have done this again, so I don't need to bring my quantity again. So, but in this now, let me bring my total quantity into this because I need to do some calculation around quantity now, some DAX calculation. I'm trying to take it one after the other. I don't want to rush us so that we are not lost. Okay. So if I decide to pick if I go to my DAX my calculations now and I look for my total quantity and I drag my total quantity, I drag it to my table. Okay, this is my total quantity. Let me make it so that we can see only that. So this is my total quantity. My total quantity is 29,118. Now, if I want to know, I've told us we've done together. We have calculated the minimum quantity, the maximum quantity. Now, what if I need to calculate month to date quantity sold? Month to date, that's MTD. Month to date quantity sold. How do I do that? I can still use DAX. Okay, all I need to do is to come to I must be sure that I'm inside my calculation folder. Then click my measure up here. And I will just type immediately. Okay, Power BI is still loading my measure. So when I click on my measure, I will just type it's still loading. So I will type month to date quantity sold. I abbreviate it so you can write it in full, but this is just for classwork so that it doesn't occupy more space. Okay. Now I want to calculate my month to date. So what's the first thing? Now when you're calculating anything like month to date in Power BI, there is a function called calculate function. That calculate function is a key to anything advanced in Power BI. And so if you know calculate function in DAX, I tell you, you have known almost like 60% of DAX, because that is the key to calculate majority of your calculations. Yeah, there is a couple of the other ones, but calculate is very key. Now, we pick our calculate function. I'm not seeing it because it is down somewhere here. Now, what does calculate function does? Calculate function evaluate an expression in the context modified by filters. I say that again. It's evaluate an expression in the context modified by filter. Now, the first item is our expression. Don't forget, we are talking about quantity sold. So obviously our expression is going to be total quantity. So I will write total quantity. This is my total quantity. That is our expression. And I will do what? I will get my comma. After getting my comma, don't forget I'm looking for quantity sold month to date. So there is a formula in Power BI called dates MTD. Dates M. Okay, this is the formula. Dates MTD. That is the formula. Okay, because we are trying to calculate month to date. So I'll just get my dates, type your dates, and I'll pick my dates. Okay, after picking my date, I will do what? I will now close the brackets and do what? And hit my enter button after closing the brackets. Now, after hitting my enter button and Power BI has helped me calculate my month to date quantity sold, I can also pick my quantity sold and drop it in my visualization. There is a slight delay from my hand here. I'll just click on it. So this is my month to date quantity sold. Okay. So calculate is very key. We will be using it off and on. Now, let us say, now, let me show something. We have been talking about quantity sold now, okay? Let's now go to sales. Let me go to another page here. I can see come back here, but let's go to a fresh page. Okay, so in this page, I will need to remove some things. Let me click on this table. Let me change this dates. Let me change it to normal dates. I'm trying to remove the hierarchy again. So after I remove the hierarchy, then I can remove this. I don't need this. So this is my total sales for the period of 4 years. Now, if I come to this table, okay, and I click, I return my table. Let me go to location, for instance. No, we have different locations. Okay. Now, if I click on location table now, this is our locations. Okay. In this country, there are a lot of locations like Connecticut, Florida, and the rest. Now, let us say I need to calculate a Florida sales, for instance. I need to use calculate function. And how do I do that? Let me go back to my DAX visualize my environment and look for, I don't think I need this one. Let me just delete it. So let me just remove it. I don't need it for now. If I need to use it, I will recreate it. So now, I will just click on my DAX calculation, then get my measure here. We know our total sales already, but we want to know the sales made by Florida, a state in the United States. So you can call it Florida sales. Florida sales. Okay? You get your calculate function. Get your calculate. This is my calculate function. We are looking at sales. So my expression will have to be sales, which is my total sales. I get my total sales. This is my total sales, comma. The next argument is, please, this total sales will help me filter it and remove every other state except the state that I want, which is Florida. So what I need to do is I can get my filter, and when I click on my filter, the argument is that give me the table where you need to find that particular calculation you are looking at, which is my location table. My table is going to be location because the states they reside inside location table, and I will click my location and I will get my comma. So what is my expression? My expression is what? My expression is location code, I think. Code, yeah. State code. State code. And after picking my state code, we are telling Power BI is that to get my Florida sales, go into total sales, filter every sales made for the 4 years, and reduce it to only Florida. So it will be that, and my location is Florida. You are saying that filter location to be equals to Florida. Florida. In Power BI, any text, you must put it in double quotes. Please don't forget. Then we open bracket twice. We might need to close our bracket twice. Okay? When I hit after doing the calculation, when I hit my enter button, it should calculate the Florida sales for me. Okay, I have something like that before. Let me remove A because I've done a calculation like that before. So I will recalculate it. So instead of Florida, I call it Florid. That is just a name. That one does not have any issue to do with our results. So if I click on my Florid sales now, I just click on it. Is he working on it? Oh, this is not what I want. I didn't ask you to give me another table. Sorry, guys. I'll click back to the table. Then I'll go and select my Florid sales. So if you see that when I click my Florid sales, it's not showing any figure in that Florid sales. Why? Who can tell me the reason? Is there anybody that can try? You can see that Florid sales is empty, and it's not possible for them not to make sales in Florida. Who can try? Can anybody make an attempt at all? There was a error we committed, and I committed it intentionally so that we can learn together. I don't want to be doing it straight. Let's just get the answer. You might miss it. So that was why I committed that error. I know the problem, but who can try? Is there anybody that can try?
Sir, can you come again with the question?
Look at, I just calculated Florida sales now. Can you see it? But when I drag it to our visualization, it's blank, it's not showing. Can you see that the total sales
is showing Florid instead of Florida or something?
Yes, but that is not the problem. Let me click on the formula again. Okay, let me not waste our time because our time has been fast spent. The simple mistake is that I committed it intentionally. When we are calculating the result, we said calculate total sales, filter location with location state code. Locations, look at that word, state code. Now let's go to our table to look at what code tells us. Okay, so I will go to this location. I'll click on my location table now. I'll click on my location, then click on table view. Then go back to my location. Now, when we see this is the state code. There's a difference between state code and states. State code is the code of that location. Now, in the context of what we just calculated, which is Florida now, it should be what? Instead of Florida, what should it be?
FL.
Thank you. FL. So that was the mistake. I did it intentionally so that we can learn together. So if we go back into that calculation now, let me go look for that Florida sales that I just calculated. If I click on it, where I put Florida here, all I need to do is to reduce it to FL here. FL. If I hit my enter button, it should give us our figure. I've hit it. It's still working on it. Can you see that we have figure for Florida now? Can somebody confirm that?
Yes, sir.
So I'm only calling our attention to this because it's something that I've struggled with when I was learning Power BI. I'll be confused. What's going on? Where did I do? I will be frustrated. I'll just pack it up. So don't pack it up. Okay? Just make sure you follow your command and instruction and you get it. So let's move on. Let's try to calculate one more state. Let's calculate a place like maybe Connecticut. Okay? So one good thing about Power BI is that you can reuse the formula. Now, I don't need to start cramming it one after the other. And I'm just going to copy this same Florida sales that we use. I'm going to copy it. Now, after I've copied it, I'll come here, right click on any of the icon in measure folder. Tell the Power BI, give me a new measure. Don't forget, we want to get Connecticut. Okay? So Power BI has not given me a new measure. Okay, this is the new measure. Then I will do Control V. I've already pasted that same calculation into that new measure. Okay, then I will come to this place where I have Florida. I will cancel that Florida. I will call it Connecticut. Then here, who can tell me the code for Connecticut, please? If you know you are following. CT. Okay. Somebody said CT. Let me just put CT. When I hit my enter button, that is my Connecticut. Let me try and okay, probably I see loading it. So when I click on Connecticut, no, that's not what I want. I will have to remove this. Sorry, class. So I'll click on that same table, then get my Connecticut. Can you see that? I've just gotten my Connecticut. Now, we are talking about sales. Please bear in mind, whenever you talk, you calculate anything that has to do with sales, currency, always format your answer. So I'll just click on Connecticut here and go and get my currency icon, which is a United States of America data set. I'll just click on this dollar sign to be added to Connecticut. And after it has added the dollar sign to Connecticut, I will also do the same to Florida that we created. Same thing. I'll just click on, make sure you click on that icon so that the behavior up here can change. If you do not click on it, that behavior will not change. Any question at this point? Any question at this point? We are all good. Okay, I move on. So now, we have looked at total sales by date. Let me reduce this here. So let's try another thing. Okay. Let me get a table. But before I get a table, let me go back to my this time around. Let's go to products. Okay. Let me go to product table. Now, when I click on product here, I need to click on table view here. Then I will now come and click on my products to get my products table. This is my product table. Now, this is my product table. Okay. Now, this is our product's name. Okay. Now, if you look at it very well, you see that the products, they have different names. Product 1, product 2, product 3, like that. Up to product 100. Let us assume that, okay, let me go back to my visualization. Okay, this is my products. So let me get my product's name here. What's my product's name? This is my product. I just put it in my table. So these are my product name. And these are my, what's it called? Let me get total sales here. This is my total sales of those products. Okay. Let me see if I can make it bigger so that it will be the only thing we are seeing. Okay. So we can see now that if I click here, if I click on that total sales, it will arrange the sales based on from high to lowest. Okay, obviously it is product 63 that gave us the highest sales, but that is not what I want to achieve. Let us assume that I want to create, I want to know the sales we made for only, let's say, I want to know the sales we made for product 1 only. Okay? I want to know the sales we make for product 1 only. Now, how do we do that? It's just the same way that we have been doing it. Okay? I will just do something like, okay, I will go to my DAX formula here. I will right click. I will click on new measure. So I can say products 1 sales. Okay? We are still going to use that same calculate function. Somewhere down here, calculate is here. Okay, our expression is what? We are looking at total sales. I'll get my total sales, then get my comma, then filter it to what? To product table. After product table, my expression, I'll get a comma. My expression is product name. Where is product name? This is my product name. My product when is equal to what? Product 1. Don't forget to put it in inverted comma. Product 1. And I will close that inverted comma. And I will close my brackets. And I will hit my enter button. Okay? It's loading it. Power BI is working on the calculation. It is done. So if I click on my product 1 now, can we see that it is the same figure? Confirm that you can see what I'm seeing. It's the same 587742, same that we have for product 1. So what I've just done is that I've created, this is what I mean. Let me go back to my normal page. If I come here, get my card visual, this card visual here. Okay. This, let me make it small a little, and I go get my product 1 sales. So is 587K. it has abbreviated, but we don't need to format. I'm just making us see that we can use DAX to calculate product name. We can use to calculate um each product. Okay. Now, there is something I also feel like I need to let us know. We can also calculate. We have been working on quantity. We have worked on total quantity, minimum quantity, average quantity, minimum, and let me see which one is the last one here, Seth. Okay, minimum quantity sold. What if we want to know what if we need to know the total quantity sold last year? We may want to make a comparison. Okay, the first one here is total sales. I don't think I need this total sales. Let me just delete this one so that we have enough space to work with. I'll just remove this. Then drag this one down a little, drag it to the end. Okay, you stay here and extend to the top. Yeah. Okay, so now we've gotten our total sales. What if we want to know the quantity of total sales last year? Okay, we still use our DAX formula. Okay, I'll just right click here. Give me my new measure. Okay, so last year to-date sales. That's what we are calculating. Just write last year to-date quantity. Oh, sorry, Power BI is still rolling. I think it's updating. Okay, good. Quantity. So what we want to know here is, I want to correct what I have behind. Okay, nothing is there. That's fine. Okay, so what we want to know is I want to know the quantity sold as at last year. Let me click on it so that it can come to status quo. It's not supposed to dim like this. Okay, let me just click outside. Okay, I think it's fine now. Oh, my measure has gone. I will need to do it again. New measure. So I want to calculate last year-to-date quantity sold. Last year-to-date. So I try to abbreviate them so that it won't be too long. Quantity sold. And how do I calculate it? You see our calculate function. That's why I say it's the key to anything advanced in Power BI. So no calculate function in Power BI and have your piece. Okay, we are looking at quantity sold last year. Okay, no, let's first of all look at quantity sold last year. Quantity sold last year before we now do last year to date. I will just cancel the one behind. Quantity sold LY. We've gotten quantity sold already. So let's got quantity sold LY. So it will now be total quantity. Get my comma. Now, because we are looking at quantity sold last year, so there is a command in Power BI called same period last year, because we want to know the total sales we made last year. Same period last year. So when we do that, when we get that same period last year, what we need to do is just to get our dates like this and close it and hit enter button. So let me pick it now. Quantity sold last year should be down. Q should be down here. Okay, I think it's here. Oh, that's not what I want. I don't know why. It used to give me card and I did not select card. Let me just remove it again. Then I'll click on my table. After clicking on my table, then I will now go and click on my quantity sold last year. Now, I need to call our attention here. If you look at my quantity sold last year now, you will see that there is no figure at the top because Power BI is looking at it as the current date. It's not last year yet. But if I scroll down, when I get to 2019, I will start seeing figure. I'm seeing 2018. When I get to 2019, I will start seeing figure. Can you see now that when I get to 2019, I start seeing figure? I'm not seeing any figure at the top because we are looking at quantity sold last year. When you say you want to know quantity sold last year, obviously in that present year, it means that there won't be any transaction. Do we understand my explanation at that point?
Excuse me, sir.
Go on.
Good afternoon, sir. Please,
Good
is it possible that you can...
What? Okay.
Is it possible that I can go back to the formula for quantity sold last year?
Okay, the formula is still there. I've not removed the quantity sold last year. This is the formula. You can see this is the formula. Quantity sold last year. You hit your calculate function. Now let me try to let us get the context. Oh, that's not what I want. Let me remove that. It's giving me wrong thing. I'm trying to edit to know, to get calculate. That calculate you to high down. Okay, this is calculate. So if I hit tab button now, oh, okay, it's giving me to see. Calculate. Okay, this is it. If I hit my tab button now, you can see it said it's evaluating an expression in context of modified filter. And what are modifying by? We are looking at quantity that was sold last year. So the argument that calculate is requesting us to present is that he said, okay, you want to look at quantity sold last year. Since it's quantity sold last year, so we are looking at it in the context of total quantity. So the first expression will be total quantity. Okay. After I get my total quantity, I'll put a comma. Then move to, there is a command in Power BI called same period last year. Same period last year. And what does it mean? It means that we are telling Power BI return a set of dates in the current selection from the previous year. Previous year. So that is just the command. It will return whatever you sold last year. And I'm going to do something now, just to validate all that I've been doing. In this my table, in this my date table, I want to do some things. This build. I'm going to remove the minimum and maximum quantity. I will remove month to date sold also. I will remove month to date so that I can have total quantity and quantity to last year. Now, let me pick a date here. If you are with your Power BI and you are calculating with me, now I need us to go to now what I want us to do is the date. Let's check the total quantity sold as at 21. Is it 21/5? Yeah, 21/5/2018. The quantity is 30. Now, if we go to 21/5/2019. The quantity there will also be 30. Let's go and check. 21/5/2019. If I just scroll down to 2019, this is 2018. Now 2019. 21/5. This is still April. 21/5/2019. No, 21/5. I'm looking for 21. Okay, this now. This is 21/5/2019. Can we see that the sales made that day was 30? Just the same what we saw in 2018. Okay, so whatever you sold for a current year will be your sales for last year. Okay, when we check up in 2018, we saw 30 for 21/5, and when we come down to 2019 now and we check that against the last year, can we see that it's the same figure? Okay, so that is how you validate and check if truly.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You are talking. Okay, you are fine now, right? Okay,
yes.
Good.
But sir, I'm sorry to drag you back, but I also have another question. I don't really understand the calculation for MTD quantity sold. Like when I wrote the formula down, but when I saw what it was returning, it was like they were adding, after each day, they would add what was sold the last day to the next day to be building up to the total quantity. So like, I don't really understand it.
Can you share your screen? Let's look at it together. Maybe if I see your screen, I will understand better.
Oh, sir, I don't have the data sets. Like I'm not where you are now, and I think maybe use a filter or something because I can't see it on your table anymore. But you put it as MTD QNTY sold.
Okay, let me go back. I think this is it. This is the formula here. Is it the formula you don't get? Because when you get the MTD goes to tell you about month to date. Okay, let me just get it into the data model. I will just click on it. This month to date sold. Month to date quantity sold. Okay, the whole essence is that it's just telling us what you sold for that previous month from the beginning to date. Okay, and this is the command here. Okay, you first of all get your quantity. After getting your quantity, then you pick. There is a particular command that said dates month to date. It's the second command you get. Are you sure you pick dates month to date? Date ATES MTD. Is that what you picked?
So I don't really understand the question.
Now, there are two commands here. We first of all use calculate. And after calculate, we pick quantity, which is our expression. Do you understand it up to that place?
Yes.
Now, after our quantity, there was a comma. Can you see that comma?
Yes, sir.
There is another command that we put. Date MTD. Did you pick that date MTD?
Yes, sir, I can see it.
Now, when you pick that date MTD, now you need to be careful. There are about different kind of dates. You must pick these dates that is preceded by what you need is the date inside, but the date outside is the date name. It's just like when you want to calculate products now, product name now, you precede it with products, then product name.
Yes, sir.
In brackets. It's the same situation here. The table name is date, but what we actually need is that date inside. Okay? But there are three types of dates. If you pick a wrong one, your answer will be wrong.
Okay.
So that is how it works.
Okay. So can you, like how you showed the example, like how our total quantity in 2018, you showed us how the function, the QNTY sold last year, like how you showed it to us on the table. Can you show us how MTD quantity sold is calculated from the table?
It is what you now. If you see this MTD,
yes,
we're looking. Okay, let me see if I can put it in a focus mode. Hold on. Okay, so you will see that from day one, when the sales started, from 19, okay, this is showing us from 19. Can you see that? It will start populating. But at a point, the figures start dropping. Can you see that? Like, this is what I'm looking.
Yes, when it got to a new month.
Exactly. Let me just try and see if I can make it to be in ascending order.
Okay.
Okay. So it has gone down. So let me try to scroll down now.
Okay.
If you look at it very well now, you will see that figure, the way they are increasing. Because I've already done the sorting. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
It is like a cumulative sale. That's why they call it month-to-date sales. You know, if you sold two, let's say you are selling Indomie now. You sold 2 today, and you sold 3 tomorrow. The first day it will show you 2. But since it is month-to-date, the second day you sold 3. You won't see 3. You will see 5. Because it has already added that 2 to 3. It will make it 5.
Okay. So it's adding it according to like you add in the month.
That is why it is being called month-to-date.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
That's fine. Any other question? Family? That's why we are here. I need us to ask. See, Power BI can be very interesting, but this is where you will be stressed. It will tax our brain, to stress us. But I promise us, if we get it here, we are fine. Okay? No question? Or am I confusing us the more?
No, it's fine. It's all right.
Okay, it's only one person that is talking. Mr. Kenneth is the only person that is talking. Out of about.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, Mr. Samuel, that's number 2.
Okay.
Alexis. Is that my same Alexis?
Yes, sir. From Covenant.
From Covenant. Wow, good to have you. I'm so happy you are here. Hope you are picking something in this class.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. So now I go back because we still have a lot to do. Let me go back to my Power BI. So we've looked at quantity sold month to date. We have looked at quantity sold. Have you checked out quantity sold last year? We have looked at quantity sold last year too. Now, let's move. Let's see. Let's do some other things. We have looked at iteration function. Now, okay, so what else can we do here? We have looked at quantity sold last year. Let's look at sales. Sales sold last year too. Where is my sales calculation? I think it's somewhere around here. So let me come here. Okay, yeah, this is it. This is sales too. So let me delete one of them. I will just delete this one. I will remove this. I will pick this and delete this. Okay. Now, I want to do something around sales last year, the same way we did for quantity, and the same process. So I will just come here. I think I've already calculated itself. Okay. Let me not do it twice. This is the formula for sales last year. The same way we applied it. It's just for us to use sales ly. It is calculate. We picked our calculate function. Then we get our total sales. That is our expression. Put a comma. Put our same period last year. And pick our date. Please pick that date in a square bracket. Okay? don't pick a single date. There is one that is single. Okay, this is what I'm trying to say. Now, can we see that? Okay, let me go back a little more. Now, this is what I mean. You can see that there is first dates, second one dates. So please don't rush. Take your time. You must pick that second one. If you pick a wrong one, your answer will be wrong. Okay, so I will just close the bracket twice here. Okay. So class, please give me 10 seconds, please. Okay, thank you. I'm back. So, I just remember something now. So let me just drag my sales for last year. No, I don't need that. I will just remove it. So let me just drag it and add it to this same data model. This is sales last year here. Okay. And it's already in that same data model. If I click on it now and I drag it a little, okay, we are not seeing any figure because obviously last year, the current year, you won't see anything. But when we get to 2019, you'll start seeing figure, and that is what is happening. But I don't know if we've been taught something. Now, in my product analysis, no, this is not products. I did product somewhere. Oh, this is not products. Imagine that, okay, this is also the, let me quickly do something around product. Let me go back to my visualization. Imagine you are giving it, you want to look at, okay, let's say, this is let me go to my build. In this build that I have, I pick my table, and after picking my table, I go to my product table, then I get my product name, and we have a lot of products. And I get my total sales in that same product. So I get my total sales. Now I get my total sales. But let's even say that we want to know our top 5 customers. Is there anybody that have an idea of how to get our top 5? No, we want to get our top 5 products and bottom 5 products. Who can try? Who can give it a try? Hello, class. Am I still audible or I'm out of the meeting? Can anybody hear me?
I think we can filter. You can use filter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you take us through the process? How we can do that?
Okay, click on this filter.
Which filter? This filter here?
Yeah, before the format.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this filter, yes.
Okay. Filter on this page. Yeah, filter on this page.
Filter on this page here?
Yeah.
I click here, nothing's happening.
Nothing is happening.
Okay, let me quickly do that. Our time is running.
Okay.
So you have an idea. I'm sure you know it, but maybe because you are not on the system. So actually, we filter it. But how do we filter it? First, we click on what we are working on. After we click on it, now immediately we click on that table with products. There will be, before when I am not clicking, now I need us to pay attention here. When I'm not clicking on that table that which I'm trying to look for top 5 products, in the filter pane, nothing is showing. If you look at it very well, it is empty. Can you see that there is nothing there? But immediately I click on that table, there will be a kind of activation in that filter pane that something wants to happen to this table. That was why some things has to start showing. And the first thing we can see in that filter is product name. So when you hover your mouse on that product, there is an arrow, small drop-down arrow beside that product. You need to drop it down. When you drop it down, it will show you the different number of products in that data model. But we are looking for top 5. You drag down your arrow down, you'll see something that is written basic filtering. On that basic filtering, if you drop down that arrow and you click on top N. Now, there are 2 conditions there. When you click on that top N, you have already activated these top items, showing top items. Now, it can be top, it can be bottom. Okay? But in this context, we want to look at, we have 100 products in this organization. Let's even know the top 5. Let's know the bottom 5. Let's know the 5 major products that are giving us good revenue. So I will just pick top. Then I'll click at the front and write 5. And when I write 5, I've not finished my job. I only show Power BI the context for the filtering, but I need to tell Power BI the metrics I wanted. Is it by sales? Is it by profits? Is it by revenue? I need to tell Power BI. And that's why you are seeing something around value here. If you don't put the value, you have not finished your job. And if you look down here, you will see apply filter is grayed out now. It's grayed out because we have not put anything there. Okay? I will now go to my calculation. Let's say I want to know 5 products that give us highest profits. Then I will look for my profits here. This is my profits. I will now drag that profits. I'll put it on top of that by value. When I put it on it, immediately I drop it on it. That apply filter that was grayed out before is now activated, is now black. So I need to apply it. If I did not apply it, it will not reduce that data model to top 5 product. When I click on apply, what you will see now is that can you see that 100 products has now turned to 5? Can we see that? Has turned to 5. So if I click on the top here, so if I click on total sales at the top, it will help me arrange it in order of the contribution. Then I can click on it, Control C, Control V. I can duplicate into 2, and put this one at the top here. Let me click on it again. Then let me click on this one. Why is it behaving like that? What's going on? Let me click outside and click here. Okay, I know what I would do. Control Z. Yeah, good. Now, this one is still, both of them are top 5. I can click on one of them because I've duplicated it. Then go back to that same filter. Now, look for that same profits. Products name by profits. If I drop it down, what we have there is top 5. I can now change it to bottom. You know, we used top before. I can change it to bottom and also apply. So now I have the two. I have top, I have bottom. So in this context, now I can use funnel visual to know the product that gave me highest money. I can use pie charts for the second one, for the bottom one. So if I want to see it clearly, I can use my focus mode. So this focus mode now has shown me that these are the products. If I hover my mouse on it, the products that gave us for the 4 years gave us 6% is product 18. Okay, followed by product 74 and product 87, product 94 and product 22. Those are the bottom 5. So if I want to go and see the top 5, I can also pick my focus mode. Okay, so you can tell me. So in this with this visual now, we can all see that product 28 gave us the highest sales, followed by 51, 64, 79, and what? And 41. Okay, any question at this point? Any question at this point? Okay, no question. Okay, so that is that. So I'm just going to delete this now because I don't really need them. I just want to show us because we might not know it. So I will just remove it. Now we have looked at how to use calculate function to calculate products, and we use a couple of dates. Now this data model is for a period of 4 years, and I'm just going to show something now. I will just bring in my date table here, date visual. Then there's something I need to also show us. Okay, now you might want to filter your data model. Okay, let me start from here. This that you are seeing, this is what we call filter. Okay, now I want to create something like this. How do I do it? I will come here. So I can get my dates. Let me get my dates table. Where is my date? This is my dates. Get my date table. Now in my date table, we'll see that by default is on hierarchy. Okay. I can decide to, instead of picking the old dates, I may not pick the old date. I can scroll down and pick only the year. Okay. Then picking this year, I can now turn it to what we call, there's one visual around here called funnel. Okay, it's showing me this, but this is not what I want. So let me remove it again and bring it in again. And now get that funnel now. I want to get this funnel. Is this funnel that I want? Let me remove it. Or let me get the funnel first. This is the funnel and get me dates. Where is the date at the top? This is my dates. Good. So this is how to get your funnel. Now, this is how you get your slicer rider. So I'm just going to delete this one. I will click here and remove it. Now, we can see that for the period, our total transaction is 15,000. Our total sales is 35 million. Our total quantity is 29,000. Now, if I play with these dates here, if I play with it, it will streamline those figures. Can we see that those figures has changed? Our total sales no longer 35 million, because Power BI is a very interactive tool that you can play around with it, and it will give you your result based on the period that you selected. Okay, can you see that those figures are changing? Can you see that? So you can play around it. You can select, okay, you want to see maybe just for 1 year, you want to see, okay, just for 6 months, you want to see for 90 days, you want to see for 30 days, you want to see for 60 days, depending on what you want to see. Okay, you can play around it. Okay, now our time is fast running, we have a lot to do. Now there's something I want to also show us. If we come to modeling here, okay, if you come to modeling view here, it's not changing. I don't know why. I expect it to change. This is home. So let me click here. It starts modeling. Okay, I'm supposed to come to view. Now, if you under this view, there are different themes here that you can play with. If your organizational color is purple, you can make use of purple. If your organizational color is it depends on what you're, because you don't want to work for MTN. Who can tell me the color for MTN? If you know the color for MTN, you can tell me, please. Do I have people in the house at all? Yellow. So you work for MTN. You now go and put, okay, what's the color of Airtel?
Red and white.
Red and white. So you are analyzing for Airtel. You now go and use yellow, color of MTN. What would they do to your presentation? Who spoke that time? What's your name, please?
Lolo.
Okay, Lolo. So when you are employed as a consultant for MTN, which the color is yellow, you now go and do a very, very beautiful visualization in red color. What would you think they would do to you when you are making presentation? What do you think they would do to you?
They'll have to query me first as to why I used red, or they'll feel that was not detailed enough in attention.
Or they will just send you away. If they do that means they like you. In fact, you can because of that lose that contract. Okay, let me run. Our time has been fast spent. Now, we have done a whole lot of things. Then, let me check what I'm doing here. Have I showed us? Okay. Okay, we have not done. We have a lot that needs to be done, and time is fast spent. Okay. Let me try, Sha. Let me try to create things around. Want to calculate our. Let me get my table and get my year. My year is here. This is my year and my sales. Let me see my total sales. My total sales. This is my total sales, right? Now, let me make it big. Now, this is my total sales, 35 million. We do not make any sales in 2021, but I want to get only. I know I can see the total figure for 2018, but you may not want people to see the other information. Probably, the client you work for, you just want to show a particular year. Okay, so you can still use calculate function to get your year totals, whether it's profit, whether it's cost of goods sold, depending on what you want to do. And I'm just going to show us that now. I'm trying to start my measure now. So if I said I'm doing like 2019 sales now, for instance, my Power BI is still rolling. There is too much work in that Power BI. So my 2019 sales, for instance, is the same calculate function. We just use a calculate is somewhere here. Is a calculate function. Our expression, because it's total sales, get our total sales, comma, get, then what text, get our filter. You can put filter, but because it's one content, you can just put your dates. It's allowed. Dates. That is, where are you hiding? I think this is the date. If I'm not mistaken, when this date is equals to, don't forget your double quotes, 2019. Although we know that 2019 is a figure, but in this context, is a text, it's not a figure. So you must put it inside the double quotes. Otherwise, your answer will not be correct. And if I hit my enter button, oh, because I've done it before. So let me just put A beside this 2019. Let me just put small a, and I hit my enter button so that at least it can show me what I need to see. Okay. What's going on? Why did my Power BI disappear? So if I go look for my 2019 here and I click on it, oh, it's not showing. Why? Okay, let me try this. If that one is not showing, let me come here. How did I get here? I'm supposed to be here. Let me do that again. My dates. It is the year here. This is the year. Why is my Power BI not responding? Okay, let me go and get my 2019 sales. No, I need to get my total sales first. Okay, let me just get my 2019. Okay, it's fine, but I can still put my total sales to what I already have. Okay, good. So, can we see now that we can, although there is the same figure, but I'm just trying to show us what we can also do and make happen. Okay, so that is, you can try the remaining 3 years on your own. Let me see what we can still do now. In the next few minutes, let's try some things around table function. Okay, so what is table function in Power BI? So let me go to a new environment. What is table function in Power BI? So table function is a way of modeling and creating a new table. Okay, so how can we achieve this? Okay, I can just and the process is that you can go to modeling. When you click go to modeling, you see new table. Okay, when you click on this new table now, okay, you can decide to do something around say filter. You can decide to filter. Okay, filter by what we call example. Okay, so I don't know, my Power BI is a bit slow. Filter by example. Filter example. Okay, so what you can do here is that you can set equals to sales. What I'm trying to do here is that technically I'm trying to duplicate date table. No, equals to sales. Equals to sales. So if you go there, you will see that already before we have these are sales table. But if I click on this table now, this filter by example here, and I go to my table. Let me go back to that table I just created, and this filter by example. It has already duplicated that table for me. Okay. Let's say I want to do something around filter by example, and the condition I want to meet is that I want it to filter says quantity when the quantity, like we in here we have quantity. Filter to give me when quantity, where is my quantity? When my quantity is greater than 1. Okay. In my sales table, I need to precede it with my sales table. Okay, comma, and give my quantity. What's my quantity? Quantity. This is my quantity here. Says quantity when it is, let me say whatever that is greater than 2. Okay, when it's greater than 2, that is what I want to see. And so I will just hit enter. Now what we will all see, you will not see anything that is 1, you will not see anything that is 2, you only see figures that are more than 2, which is from 3 upward. If I filter it, like if I come here now, you will see that what we have is 3 to 4. Okay, 3 and 4 rather. You won't see 1 and 2 again. But if you go to the initial sales table, the sales table is here somewhere down here. If I come here, you'll see that we still have 1, 2, 3, and 4. But the table that we duplicated, you will not see that again because I've already did what? I've already filtered it. Now, we all know that this sales table, the total rows is 15,000. If you look down by your left hand side down, you see 15,000 column. Okay. Now, if I go back to that filter that we did, let me check. I think it's this one. Now, do you see that the number is no longer 15,000, but rather it is 4,779. Whoever that can confirm that, I need somebody to unmute your mic. If you can see the number now, that it has reduced to 4,779.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. So that means we are following. So that is so let me quickly filter one more. I might want to filter to reflect only a particular product. Okay. Let me try another thing. Let me say, okay. Create a table. Where are you? Let me even use this one, self. I don't need to create another one. Filter. Let me delete this and say filter. Get me filter. Get me products. Okay. Get me product in the product table. Okay. When the product's name. Where's my product's name? Products name. Okay. When my product name is equals to, when they are equals to, don't forget your double quotes, product 100. Okay. I'll close the bracket and close it. Then if I hit my enter button, what I will see is only the number that has to do with product 100. Can you see that? Okay. What's going on?
You did product ID instead of product name.
Oh, thank you for your observation. God bless you. I was wondering that what's going on. I mean, my village people follow me come this class. And what's going on? Okay, thank you for your observation. I love that. That means I'm not alone in this class. Thank you. So the figure we're going to see now, can you see now? So the figure for anything that has to do with products 100 is what? 1367. If I change it to 10, if I remove a 0 and hit my enter button, we see the figure for product that is product 10. If I change it, if I remove another 0 and make it only product 1, the number that we'll see will be for what? Only product 1. At this point, any question? So that is how to do table filter. And we still have a couple of things that we can still do in this little time, even though my battery is gone, but I will still try. So we might want to return a unique value, okay? And what do I mean? Let's do something around. So let me clean up
Excuse me,
this.
sir. I have a question, please.
Go on.
Yes, sorry, for the filter example, did you make it, is this a measure? Like, what is this? Is it just a filter?
It's
like
a
how we
filter.
were making measures before. What is filter example?
Filter, sometimes you have a situation that, let's say, you have a demography of students that are age 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you want to filter to see only the number of age 4 people that you have. So you can use filter to filter them out and extract the information that you want to see. And that's what we've just done. Okay, so I'm putting it in context of human being so that I can. So in this context, we are looking at products. Okay, so you don't want to see all the product that you have, but you want to look at. Okay.
So I'm actually asking, like, how, for instance, the MTD quantity sold is a measure, and sales LY is a measure. This filter example that we did, is it like a calculated table? Like, what is it? Is it table?
It's also a measure.
Okay.
It's also a measure, but its own is not like where you need to use calculate, use MTD. You understand? You see, if you go online to go and look at DAX, so DAX has different categories. DAX is not something we can finish in 2 classes. Okay. In fact, we have more than 520 something DAX commands.
Oh wow.
What we are doing, I can tell us that I'm not even teaching us up to 1% of DAX in this class. We are not doing up to 1%. Okay, but you don't need to know the 520 something command. You don't need to know it. You only need to know the one that is useful to you. Just like Excel 2 has over 500 formulas. But how many of us have used up to 100 formulas in Excel? Since I've been doing my Excel up to the advanced Excel that I know, I don't think I've used up to 60 formulas. Because I only use what is important to me, the problem I want to solve. That is what it is. So there are different professionals, different fields, maybe engineering, code, that need some other aspect of those formulas. So anything that is not important to you, you don't really need it. So don't really bother yourself. So we just focus on what we need that is important to us.
I noticed the icon for filter example is different from the other measures. So that's why I was asking.
Yes, that is the way it is. You can call, I put that example because I'm just trying to let us that this is just an example. I'm just painting a scenario. Do you get? You can remove that example, is allowed.
Hello, sir.
Hello, I'm with you, sir.
Yeah, please. How is this filter method, different from if we had selected the down arrow in front of the product name and check the product one only? Are we not going to achieve the same outcome?
You mean this one is different because what if if you use that down arrow to get the information, don't forget that what you don't want your people to see will still be there. They will still see it. If you need to send that information to take for instance now, you are working for let's say you are the area sales manager for Southwest. Now, sales location A, sales location B, sales location C, and sales location D. You have like 4 locations. So one represents A, first location represents A, and like that up to D. Now, you want to send everybody's performance to each other. Okay, me and you know that it is wrong for you now to send the whole 4 to all the 4 locations. But what it means is that A will see B results, B will see C results, D will see C results. When you use that your own approach. But when you use this filter now, when you filter it to only 1 or only A, you are telling A, see your results, see your performance, see what you did. Okay? A knows that this is what I made. It does not need to see what B sold. It does not need to see what C sold. In fact, they call it corporate secret. In fact, some people have lost their job because of that situations. So you must make sure you protect corporate secret. Or maybe you are a consultant. You want to send report to clients. Okay? You now send you are consulting for Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Okay? So Pepsi is A and Coca-Cola is B. You now use that drop down arrow and push everything to Coca-Cola. If Pepsi goes to no, they will like you. They will give you commendation letter. Am I correct? Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Do you even understand?
Yeah.
Do you even understand my scenario that I'm painting at all?
Yes, yeah, I got you right. I guess I understood you now.
Okay. Any other question?
Yes,
so I wanted to ask this filter itself. Can we just like, okay, maybe now we have A, B, C, and D, and we needed A and B instead of the others, like the way you did like product 1 and 2. So can we do for product 1 and 2 like a range?
Yes, now it's possible. It's the same way.
Okay.
You just filter them and put it in the inverted comma. But in that context, I think when it's equal to product 1, then you will not need to put this close brackets. Then I think there is this in Power BI, there is this slash, the one that is facing up. That is what they use as hand. So when it's product 1 and product 2. Let me close it. Let me do this. So I think this is it. I think it didn't work, but I don't know why. Cannot convert values to product type. Okay, I'll find out what the problem is, but that is just the same way that we can make it happen.
How about if we use the OR?
Okay, let me try. So what is the command for OR? Because I know I've used AND, but you can't use OR.
Vertical line, 2 vertical lines.
Vertical. Is this what you mean?
I can't really see it. It's just like 1, but 2, 1, 1 like that. It looks like 1, 1.
I think that is what you use.
Is that hand I'm used to? This is the command, but I don't know why. So that is just how to get it, Sha. It's not that. Let me quickly do something before we go. So let me imagine you want to do things around values. Okay, let me say,
Mr. Rashid.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. is there a way that you can also filter out a field from the row that we are having here, like the product ID?
Can you say that again?
I said the row that we have here, like product ID, product name, cost, original price. Can you filter out maybe cost? Maybe you don't want to see cost. Can you remove that one from the whole row?
If you don't need the cost, you can delete it.
Okay.
But you always need the cost. You know, just like when we created calculated column last week, you know, I told us that we don't really need it, and I deleted them because it's not useful to us. It should just be making our job slow because you have 15,000 rows. So when you created a calculated column for revenue, you have another 15,000 data. You created a profit like that. It will be multiplying 15, 15, 15, 15. And before you do, your data model will start. Imagine you have like 500 data sets, or let's say 1 million. You know, you now begin to create, and your data model will just be getting slow and slow and slow. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, let me quickly do this. So sometimes we want to work around value, okay? Now, there is a command called values, okay, in Power BI. And in this context, it's telling you what is the table name. In this context, my table name is dates. Okay, is dates. Date is my table name. Now, in that my table name, what do I want to see? I need to see the months. Okay, so do I have months here? Do I have months here? I think I need month's name. Month's name. Okay, let me months. Okay, this is what I want to see. So if I close these brackets now, let me see what I will get. Can you see now that it has able to bring out the month for me without selecting month name? Can you see that? So there are a couple of things we can do. Our time has gone and we need to enter another class. I will have said we should just continue this class. I see I have a lot of things here, but time did not permit. So what do we do, class? Should we continue or join another class?
Maybe we can continue next week. Next weekend.
Next week. Well, yeah. I will tell my guy if my guy will allow me to take. No, I'm not the owner of this class. Somebody just so okay, I'll just save it where we are. Okay, I will let our guy know whatever we can do. But again, before we call it a day today, the objective of this class is for us to get what's it called now? Is for us to get voucher and write this certification and pass. Now, but we need to start doing some things by ourselves. And I want to ask, how many of us are already looking at the past question? But there is a platform that we can all create a profile. Is there anybody that can just open his system here? Is there anybody that can share his screen? Please, I need somebody to share his or her screen so that I can take you through the process before we call it a day. Who is a volunteer? Ayomide, can you volunteer to share your screen? Mr. Ifeanyi, can you share your screen? Mr. Oluwa Sonjo, can you share your screen? Jesus Feromi, can you help us out? Alexis. Anyway, Mr. Samuel, can you share your screen? Can you share your screen for us, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. It's just a minute. I'm coming.
It's fine.
Sir, while Samuel is trying to share his system, his laptop, I would like to ask if this if you've ever done training on Excel or you're planning to do one, the nearest future?
I'm already talking to the leadership team because I know that a lot of people also they have weakness in Excel, but we are working with a partner to see if that partner can give us free voucher so that we don't just train you on Excel.
Please, can you see from my screen?
I've not seen it yet. Maybe it's still loading.
Try again.
Sorry, sir. This is my first time joining this class. I haven't gotten to the point we currently are. They've gone a lot too.
Please, can anyone see from my screen?
Okay. It's my buddy Alexis. Don't worry, Alexis. Let's talk off camera. Okay, so go to your Google browser. Go to your browser. I can see your screen, sir. Go to your browser.
Okay.
Do you have an account on exam topics, Mr. Sam?
You said?
Do you have an account on exam topics?
No.
Okay, go on. So type in that space, type exam topics.
Okay. Like
click
this.
Enter, but just enter. Just click on enter.
Okay.
So click that first one. Now on this platform, you can see there are a lot of different certifications there. You can create a profile for yourself, put your email address. You can do as much as about 150 questions on your own. And good thing about exam topic is that they are not charging when you want to exceed 150, because for Power BI alone, let's explore it. Can you try and create a profile for yourself?
Okay.
Your email address, your handle, so that we can explore it together as one big family before we call it a day.
Should I select any of these ones?
No, not yet. Have you created? Is it showing your name now? Have you created a profile for yourself?
Yeah, I've typed in my email. Okay, let me sign.
You have to sign in. You have to sign in first.
Yeah.
Then you must activate your account. Go to your email and activate before you can go in.
Okay. Oh, okay. It says I have to choose a new.
You can use underscore or something and put number against that name that you use. You can put some underscore, maybe 2050 or 2030 or something like that. So please, I need us to follow the process of what Mr. Sam is doing. If it's possible, let us replicate what he's doing at our hands so that we can also create an account. So we have a platform to... The beauty of this thing is that if you write the exam and pass it once, that is only reward for all these sacrifices, attending meetings every Saturdays. Okay, it is $165. You don't want to fail the exam and start looking for money to join another class. Okay, so please, let's take it very seriously. So are you there now? Now click on... What can you see? Okay, good. Go to... read what is there. I can't see it very well. Read what is at the top for me.
Okay, it says I should check my email.
Go to your email first.
Okay.
You need to activate your account in your email.
Okay. Oh, I can't see that.
It should be the most current. Should be the most current in your inbox.
Let me check spam. Okay.
So activate. Good. Now, so read those ribbon at the top. Read what is there for me.
Okay, we have home, exam topics pro, popular exams.
Click on popular exams. Click on popular exams. You see Microsoft. Click on Microsoft.
Yeah, I've seen Microsoft.
And click on Microsoft.
Yeah,
then scroll down to PL. Scroll down to PL300. Scroll down. You see PL300 down. It's very down. There are a lot of certification.
Okay. PL300.
You see PL300?
Not yet. PL300.
I can see it there. Don't go too much. Yes, it's there. PL300. I can see it there. Yes. Come up small a bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm there.
So you can
browse
see
questions.
You can see browse question. Yeah, you can. So that the questions, they are in, I think they're in 4 forms. There is OBJ, there is drag and drop, and there is situation where they will tell you to arrange. Okay, so Alex is a boy. They can put boy, Alex is A. They can just scatter the process and tell you to arrange it that Alex is a boy. Okay, so you see that scenario too. You see OBJ, then you can also see yes or no. Those are the 4 types. Okay, there will also be a case study. Okay, so we are in business and we need to make some insights, and you are invited as a consultant to come and help us analyze the data. So what are the visuals that you use to show us total revenue? We all know that it's card visual. Okay, so you have scenarios like that. Okay, and you see, scroll up first, scroll down. That's what I want to say. Okay, so you see scenario like this. Okay, you need to read it and understand what the message they are passing and answer the question. Don't be afraid to miss the question. When you miss the question, they will tell you why it is wrong or why it is right. And you can also look at people's opinion concerning the answer to help you to get better while you are studying. Okay, please open an account for yourself on this environment and learn for free so that you can get better. Any question at this point, class?
Sir, we would appreciate if you can get the recording on time, unlike last week that was sent today.
I will tell them it's not. I'm not the admin. I'm not. I will tell them to fasten the recording. Okay. So
can I stop sharing?
You can stop sharing.